Round two, Greg, and you said it would kick up at about 7 o'clock this morning. This is a much different story than we saw an hour ago.
Yeah.
Widespread changes right now.
Exactly. We went from almost nothing as far as the sleet and the ice accumulations across the area to half to even upwards of 3/4 to maybe even an inch in some areas. That's how heavy it has been. So quickly accumulating with the very cold temperatures. Looking from Fair Park right now, 25 degrees. But look at the sleet. We didn't have anything out there on the roads a little bit earlier this morning, but it is accumulating right now. You see the folks who are out there, please do take it easy because the sleet has been coming down at a pretty good clip. Even that thunder sleet we're seeing again this morning, and the quick accumulation out there on the main roadways. We're not just talking about elevated surfaces now. So we've had our reporters out to kind of fanned out across the Metroplex, and they've been talking about the glaze of ice that is formed out there on the road. So please do take it easy. So that was from Fair Park right now. It is cold and it is coming down. Now it's kind of transitioned back to the freezing rain across downtown Dallas anyway. You see the pink shaded area there if you look at our legend. So that's going to tell you that it's freezing rain. Probably some sleet still mixed in as you get up toward Garland, Richardson, out toward Carrollton. As we head over into Tarrant County, more of the same, kind of more of a sleet mixture there here this morning at the moment anyway. So that the purple shaded area there around Fort Worth, a little heavier band moving right through downtown Fort Worth, and that's up towards Saginaw, over toward Bedford. Some thunder sleet there as well. DFW Airport over toward Irving right now, picking up that sleet that continues to come down across the area. Let's zoom out and give you a broader view of what's happening. This will be fairly widespread, so we're going to be dealing with this for several more hours as we go through the rest of the morning, heading on into the afternoon. Widespread freezing rain, sleet mixed in, that thunder sleet from time to time with those heavier bands. So again, we will see some accumulation very quickly, perhaps in some areas here this morning. That stretches all the way up to Greenville, Bonham, up along the Red River. Kind of tapers off a little bit as we get into the northern part of Denton County there. But anywhere you go across the Metroplex areas out towards south and west, Granbury, Stephenville, all the way out to Brownwood and Hamilton, looking at that wintry weather. So again, anywhere you go across North Texas, it's just one of those days. Stay in if you can. There's the winter storm warning that we have. It's been extended until 6 a.m. on Thursday. So we'll have at least a couple of more rounds of this to deal with here as we get to our timecast. We'll show you that and look how widespread the accumulation will be. And I do think we will see some locally higher amounts than that, a half inch across the area, but that will be fairly widespread too across North Texas. So yes, the frozen precip going to be sticking around the rest of this morning, heading into the afternoon. As we look at our timecast, those bands of heavier sleet at times as we head toward lunchtime today. And then getting on into the afternoon, still around 3 o'clock, I still think we'll have that wintry mix of the freezing rain and sleet, but it will taper off some as we get into the evening. So around 8 p.m., probably going to see a lull at least for a few hours with the precip after midnight, heading toward tomorrow morning, around the morning rush time tomorrow. That's when we'll have that next round of what will likely be more freezing rain pushing into the area tomorrow, as temperatures may warm slightly, but still going to be below freezing for tomorrow morning. So this is around 8 a.m. So you see the pink shaded indicating the frozen precip we're still going to have around, and that continues through much of the day tomorrow. Again, we'll have mostly freezing rain. Notice the temperatures try to warm back up, especially in our eastern counties a little bit, heading out toward that Canton, Mineola, Athens there, and then the freezing line moves a little farther to the west as we head into the evening hours. Still looking at the sleet and the freezing rain, I think, around as we get into Wednesday as well. So probably more in the form of freezing rain for tomorrow morning, heading into tomorrow afternoon. And then finally, temperatures warm up just a little bit, and we will hopefully by Thursday morning be looking at all rain across the area. But again, temperatures, it all depends on that. So let's bring Marielle in to talk about it. We've been below freezing, and it's going to stay that way. So when do things start to warm up slightly?
You know, I was taking a look at how long, and it looks like it'll be about 72 hours before in total. We've already had some of that, right? So before we see temperatures that are above freezing, and why it's so important to pay very close attention to the temperature, especially when we're talking about freezing rain and sleet, is because it's only about a degree or two difference whether you see the sleet or if you see the freezing rain. And that's exactly what we're seeing right now across North Texas. So today we noticed that temperatures, they don't climb to above freezing. We got to freezing territory Sunday at 7 in the evening. That's when we hit 32 degrees, and we have yet to recover from that. So as we approach this afternoon, this is Tuesday, 5 in the afternoon, temperatures are going to be in the mid to upper 20s. So if more moisture falls, it's going to freeze. It doesn't matter at this point if it's on elevated surfaces or not. Our ground is not very insulated because remember, we've been in freezing conditions since Sunday evening. So as we approach tomorrow morning, Wednesday, 5 in the morning, temperatures don't change much. Still freezing in the upper 20s for most of North Texas, all of North Texas, I should say. By the afternoon Wednesday, temperature may get to 32 degrees, but even then, that's still technically freezing. We eventually start to see a temperature start to climb a little bit. Wednesday night around 7 or 8, we may make it to about 32, 33 degrees, but we could see freezing again Wednesday night. We don't fully get to above freezing area wide until Thursday. And even then, we still have moisture. We still have rain falling. We have an article on WFAA.com talking in detail about when this is going to fully end, because after this winter mix, we still have rain on Thursday. This weekend, though, looking much better. Temperatures in the mid to upper 50s. So that's something to smile about, Tashar, because I know we all need it right now.
Yeah.